So I signed the lease of my new building in 17. That
was the start of the journey.
That was the start of the react
Just
journey.
so people can get a realistic idea of what it,
took about a year to build out. And then in 2020, March 12th, we had a catastrophic roof collapse in that building. It was really scary, honestly.
Right when COVID started.
After a year of paying rent while you're doing the build out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shit sucked. And it was happened on a Thursday, I believe, and we were moving in. We had all of our cuts staged and ready. We were moving 6,000 cuts. We were moving in on Monday, to like actually fill the whole facility out. Dude, sick to your stomach. It was horrible, man. Like I'm talking catastrophic. Like a AC unit that's supposed to be on the roof was in my hallway, and they had to. It was all the fault of a structural engineer.
Oh
yeah, he basically called for a cantilever, and he mirror imaged the suite next door to mine. Didn't do a site visit. Showed a cantilever where it wasn't, did all of his calcs off structural support that didn't exist, and all of our units were exactly where they were supposed to be on the plan. City signed off. I was BOP'd, inspected, occupied, everything. And this shit fucking my homie Joe, he was on the roof. He starts going, he calls me, and we think we're hearing running water. I was like, we're talking like 34-inch by a 1.5 glue laminate, like massive 160-foot span pieces of lumber, like not off your shelf shit. Like this is a huge stadium building. It's a 108,000 square foot building. It's not small. So
if it falls, it kills people.
1,000%. Yeah. Like literally, we think we're hearing running water. So we're like tripping, walking around. My buddy's Keegan is on the lid. Elliot's inside on the lid of the boxes on top of our cooler boxes. And homie Joe calls me. He's like, "Yo, get the fuck out of Suite 300. Your roof's collapsing." And I'm like, ha ha ha, funny joke, Joe. And he's like, "No, get the fuck out. Everybody get the fuck out." And I can like instantly tell in his voice. I was like, "Oh shit. All right, bet." So like running around the building, calling everybody to get the fuck out. And literally we just watched the roof slowly fall.
Wow.
Yeah. These guys, they pulled two cranes, like a 300 something ton crane and a 240 ton crane. Cause the one crane needed another crane to pull the counterweights off just to fucking set it up. It was so big. So they had to get these things up, and these dudes straight cowboy shit, hop on the basket, like a man basket with fucking straps and a harness, and just start looping up these Cultiva package units and ripping them off one by one off the lid to try to pull some weight off while the fucking thing's collapsing. So it was insane. It was like the worst, probably one of the worst days of all of our lives over there.
So the sound of running water was actually
was lumber failing. Yeah, it was like these
breaking, slowly cracking.
It was. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what it sounded like. We had some fucking this LT from local SAC fire department come in. Everybody came out after it went. Like every city official you can imagine. I had like everybody. Everyone wants to see that. Code enforcement. It was like a zoo. It was horrible. It's like get these people out of here. It's terrible. Like watching my dreams crumble.
Yeah, and your grow's open to open air.
Completely.
Like, open air straight into your grow rooms.
Completely. Everything. Wide open.
It's ruined.
A 1,700 square meter sunroof.
So you're doing like we gotta try to make this like salvageable. Some of this we gotta move moms. We gotta.
Oh, dude, we're like unplugging recipes. We're like pulling tech out of IO boxes, pulling all the expensive shit out of our fucking systems. We're just trying to save stuff that we knew was gonna
down on it.
Yeah, we like the city had it closed off. Me and fucking Keegan were running through ducking ropes trying to fucking grab anything we could to get out of there. It was like, it was shitty, man. It was really shitty. And thing went, thankfully we were able to pull insurance in the middle of COVID on it. Somehow we got it all but dude, they had to pull out all my TI, and I had to rebuild the suite again. I completely redo the entire suite. Basically 75% of the grow rooms I had to pull. Lights came, tables came back up, all the boxes came out. Like it was no joke, dude. It was fucked. And
insurance doesn't cover that.
No, they just
but your manual labor and your time of resetting.
We had, it was all an insurance job, so it was all thankfully these guys all ripped this shit out, and I was terrified. It was the middle of COVID. We didn't know if people were gonna be able to work. Remember, it was like during that period. So it was just like, oh, nice. This is sick. So 5 months later, basically rebuilt. September, we took occupancy back and been kind of hitting strides ever since. Things have been going really fucking great over there. Had a couple hiccups with the building again, with the roof going and shit. We're like,
wow.
Just so kind of,
you got like PTSD now.
I was just going to say 1,000%.
You're like walking in a room, you're like, yo,
for sure. Dude, now I peep structural everywhere I go. Like all my lumber and shit is now it's like all fresh and clean. It makes me feel okay. But like we had to put 2 spare columns to hold because this thing's sheared at the bucket, dude. And I'm talking like it's like a type of piece of lumber where if it detaches, falls, it smoked a group of people. You know, like
how long was it from the time you knew to the time you got out of the building to where it collapsed? Like how long have you been out of the building where like you're just watching it just.
So it like
did it happen all of a sudden or it happened? The
initial fall was slow and then it dropped really like dramatically, and then the electrical rack, the power run held up the roof for a couple hours while the dudes were doing crane work, and it just like slowly sagged. It was like a moon landing, dude. It like touched down gracefully.
Would have been a lot worse if you wouldn't have pulled some of those AC units off of there and stuff like that,
dude,
too.
Yeah,
it
if those guys didn't go up there and do that cowboy shit, which is like, keep in mind, like nobody, these were just the HVAC dudes, like, and like, honestly, some of the most gangster dudes
trying to help.
Meet. They're just bosses, bro. They like fucking hop up on the bucket on the crane, dude, and just lassoing fucking these units and ripping them off the roof one at a time. And you got to pull them up and like sections of the lid will come off and they're impacting, fucking ripping off what they're actually connected to, like because they have collars that they sit on the lid, you know. So it was gnarly,
and they can't even stand on the roof, so they're doing it from like a bucket,
they're on a man basket on a crane, like dangling. Like, it was like crazy shit to watch, you know. But they saved our roof 1,000%. Joe, for sure.
And he's saying he's downloading material too, because he's like, yo, if this room's about to go down, it's going to crush all this electrical. What are we going to lose? Are we going to lose all of our data from grow rooms? Like, you know, you start thinking about all the other outfall, like or fallout, and what the ripple effect. 5 months.
Scary.
So 5 months to that day and you're back up and running?
Yep. September 25th. It was about 6. Yeah, something like that. So we went back in.
Hey, if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel. First Smoke of the Day clips.